Mesiga, Ebajira,
They say age is just a number, but in Uganda's politics, age appears to be a permanent appointment letter. As the sun rises and sets over generations that were born, schooled, struggled, and grew old, waiting for their turn, one man remains unmoved by time itself. At 86 years old, Moses Ali still stands firm in the political arena, an arena where retirement is treated not as a right, but as an insult. This documentary is not a celebration of longevity. It is a mirror held up to a nation where the future keeps knocking, yet the door remains firmly locked from the inside. Welcome to a story where wrinkles outnumbers reforms, where history refuses to rest, and where youth leadership is discussed endlessly but practiced never.
His name is Moses Ali. He is a retired full general of the Uganda People Defense Forces. He has been a member of the Ugandan cabinet since 1974.
Moses Ali has served Ugandans in different capacities for decades, long enough to see governments rise and fall, long enough to witness generations change names from children to youth to middle age, all while waiting patiently for leadership space. At 86, when many are writing memos, Moses Ali is still writing policy. When many are advising from the sidelines, he's still standing at the center, proof that in Ugandan politics, the chair is more comfortable than the idea of letting go. One cannot help but ask, at what age does leadership become mentorship? When does experience turn into stagnation? And if leadership is truly about service, why does it feel like a long lifetime inheritance? Uganda is a youthful nation. The streets are filled with energy, innovation, and ambition. The youth are told they are the leaders of tomorrow, a tomorrow that seems permanently postponed. They campaign, they vote, they chant slogans, but when the leadership positions are handed out, the youths are politely reminded to wait their turn. A mind-boggling question arises. How can a country with one of the youngest population in the world be governed almost entirely by the elderly? Are leadership skills allergic to the youths? Or is power simply too sweet to share? The irony is thick. The youths are trusted with protests, campaign songs, and social media defense, but not with actual leadership. Perhaps the refusal to retire is not about passion, but fear. Fear of new ideas, fear of new voices, fear that fresh leadership might ask uncomfortable questions. Because young leaders don't just bring energy, they bring disruption, and disruption threatens comfort. So the system subtly whispers, you are not ready, gain experience, your time will come. Yes, one wonders, how does one gain leadership experience if never allowed to lead? How long must your time will come remain a political bedtime story? And is clinging to power a sign of strength or insecurity? Experience is valuable, undeniably so, but experience without transition becomes a roadblock. Moses Ali's continued presence in leadership symbolizes a larger problem, a political culture that mistakes permanence for patriotism, a culture where stepping aside is seen as weakness rather than wisdom. Is Uganda so short of capable citizens that leadership must be recycled endlessly? Has the foundation of new leadership dried up? Or is retirement simply unconstitutional? though never written so. History teaches us that no one defeats time, no strength, no titles, not power. The greatest legacy a leader can leave is not how long they stayed, but how well they prepared others to continue. Leadership is not a throne, it is a relay race, and refusing to pass the baton only guarantees collapse. As Uganda marches forward, the question remains painfully simple. Will the old guard ever trust the future? Or will the youth forever inherit slogans instead of power? Because one day, inevitably, time will retire everyone, willing or not. And when the day comes, the youth will not just ask for permission anymore, they will simply take the place. At 86 years old, Moses Ali remains seated. Proof that in Ugandan politics, time may age bonds but never ambitions. The seat is still warm, the microphone still adjusted to familiar hands, and the promise of youth leadership still filled neatly under future considerations. One might sarcastically applaud their remarkable achievement, defeating retirement, outlasting generations, and turning leadership into a lifelong subscription with no cancellation option. Meanwhile, the youth continue their patriotic duty, cheering from the sidelines, voting faithfully, and being reminded that leadership is a reward that arrives only after the youth has expired. Apparently, to qualify to lead the future, one must first survive long enough to become the past. So, we end with questions that refuse to retire. Will Ugandans ever believe that young minds can govern today, not tomorrow? Is leadership a public service or a personal pension plan? And when the youth finally takes over, will there be anything left to inherit besides long speeches and unfaithful promises? This is the Faces of Power, and I am Benedict Ocheng.